today I'm joined by Jill Mackie, who's the Senior Vice President at Vigor. Jill, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Ken.
Hey, Jill, let's start off with having you share a little bit about Vigor. You've had a long history in the Seattle area. So tell us about your role in the region and the kind of work and vessels that you work on at the shipyard up here.
Okay, well, Vigor overall is a values-driven, diversified industrial company headquartered here in the Pacific Northwest. We have operations in Oregon, Washington, and Alaska. We've built a positive culture that honors the work we do, the people who do it, and the world we live in. In terms of the kind of work we do, we have three business areas. One is ship repair. Vigor is known as a ship repair powerhouse. We have 4 of the 7 West Coast privately owned and operated NAVSEA certified dry docks. So in that work, our major customers are the US Navy, the US Coast Guard, NOAA, Military Sealift Command, as well as Washington State Ferries, the Alaska Marine Highway System, the cruise line industry, as well as commercial work for the fishing fleet and barges and other marine vessels. And then the next line of business is marine vessel fabrication. In that line of work, we do a lot of work for the Washington State Ferries system, for the US Army, and for the Navy, as well as other customers. And then the third division of the company is what we call heavy complex fabrication. That's something a lot of people don't know that much about Vigor in this space, but we build heavy complex things that a lot of fabricators cannot build. Things like bridges, gates for locks and dams, projects related to nuclear power and nuclear waste, and really, truly things that only a handful of companies in the country can do.
That's very exciting. I didn't realize all the work that you guys were involved with. You know, one of the great things that came out recently was the Washington State Legislature passed a new transportation bill and investing in new hybrid ferries, and Vigor is going to be working on that. Very exciting projects for you guys.
They certainly are. We've been looking forward to this for a very long time.
Very cool. So you also have a huge economic and community impact throughout the Pacific Northwest at Vigor. Tell us about the kind of jobs that are there at Vigor and the kind of work that you do there.
Well, we hire for all the typical business kinds of roles. Something people don't always think first about, but certainly we hire people in IT and engineering, accounting, human resources, business development, finance, and project management. But the most common jobs posted include our skilled crafts, and those include things like welding, machinists, electricians, mechanics, painters, pipe fitters, as well as entry-level opportunities in the form of laborers, fire watch. And this is an area where a person can begin with really no training and learn whether or not work in a shipyard is a good fit for them.
It's really neat that, Vigor is thriving, that you have, even during this tough pandemic time, economically, you're doing fine. Tell us why you're passionate about the future of the maritime industry.
Well, something I think about often is that in a city like Seattle, which is a major technology city, sometimes people refer to maritime or industrial jobs as legacy. And in my way of thinking, that means they think those are yesterday's jobs. But certainly maritime and industrial jobs are today's jobs and tomorrow's jobs. And so that's what's exciting to me. And one of the things I really love about industrial businesses is that a person does not have to have a 4-year college education in order to be incredibly successful. Industrial companies and companies like Vigor value on-the-job knowledge, knowledge a person can pick up while working. And those people can move ahead into higher level jobs as supervisors and managers without a 4-year degree. And that skill and knowledge is very much valued in industrial companies. It's one of the things I love most about them.
Well, that's exciting, Jill. Hey, speaking of training opportunities, I know Vigor is actively involved with the Welding Center and other opportunities. Talk a little bit about that commitment to workforce development.
Right. So certainly over the last number of years, I would say over the last couple of decades, There was not a lot of work identifying paths to trades entry, which was badly needed. I think we kind of had a whole generation where the trades were discouraged as a part of a person's public education in the lower grades. But Vigor developed an on-site welding training program as a partnership with South Seattle College. And it's a fantastic program, an intensive 6-month welding program. So a person can come in with no skills and learn a trade and be fully ready to begin work as a beginning welder in only 6 months. And that is a really great entry point for a lot of folks.
It's a great, great opportunity for people that are looking to get involved with the industry.
It is, and it's right here on the shipyard. So people who it's not in a classroom, it's on the shipyard. And so people get used to what is the shipyard all about and the kind of people who work here, and have opportunities to interface with working managers and supervisors right here on the shipyard.
It really is an exciting time to take a look at the maritime industry. And Jill, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate your talking about Vigor and the great work that you guys are doing.
Thank you, Ken.